It's Not Another Buffalo Podcast, hosted by three of the most underqualified sports personalities this side of the canal. With John.
There's no way in hell that I can leave that in, right?
You don't think so?
Well, to quote Rage Against the Machine, what better place than here? And, what better time than now?
And Brando.
We have this trust built on, whatever it is, like Bibles and gold bricks and whatever Brandon Bean's drinking over there.
Welcome back to Not Another Buffalo Podcast. I'm John. I'm here with my buddy Brando here on Wednesday evening. The schedule is not officially released yet, but we got what we think is the schedule in our hands here. So we're going to draft our top games on today's episode, at least the top few. We won't go through all 17 games because, nobody needs to talk about, January 4th versus the New York Jets TBD, where we're probably not going to be rolling any starters in. But anyway, before we get into that, I wanted to let you guys know this episode is brought to you by Small City Realty. If you're looking to buy, sell, or manage property in West New York, our guy Zach Korzelius, you can contact him at 585-409-1088. That's 585-409-1088 for the best realtor in all of Western New York, in our humble opinions. And this is an opinion show, so Zachary at Small City Realty.
That one's factual.
It is. So, Brandon, how you doing? Schedule release. Any good nuggets in here? I mean, we can. I don't want to go too far into it before we start drafting stuff, but
I mean, for me,
rate it out of 10. Give me
like 4. This is terrible for myself. I mean, look in the first 6 weeks, 820, 815, 820, 815. And does it say those are all home? So like, that's going to be tough.
Not all of them, but 3 primetime games in the first 6 that are home.
And I mean, man, to be at school at 7 a.m. and to get home from work at 3 a.m. is going to be tough. I think it's going to be tough.
Brandon, you can win the lottery and quit your teacher job by then. So then,
yeah,
and then sleep in afterwards.
Wants to pick us up and pay us a salary, that'd be cool. But until then, we don't run with the wolves at night and piss with the puppies in the morning. We go and we celebrate with the puppies in the morning now. Right. I don't know. I feel like it's really front loaded, which is fine. NFL MVP coming into this season, you have to showcase him right away. And you're still getting that luster from last year, especially with the opener against the Ravens, if that's the case. But I would like to see, it's funny how they did this. I mean, the 425 games are fine, but my hockey schedule is I was texting a couple of my teammates, like, you're only going to miss 2 games this year. I'm like, cool, that's fun. But the work schedule, on the other hand, is going to be dicey. But I'm excited. Yeah. It'll be fun. Hopefully we get off to a hot start here. The
opportunity is there for that, because after Ravens, you go Jets, Dolphins, Saints, Patriots, Falcons. And then, if I'm not mistaken, 0 of those teams made the playoffs last year.
And Panthers, if you want it.
And then Panthers after that coming out of the bye. All in the lead up to the Chiefs game, which is usually kind of a pillar in the schedule these days. So let's hop right into it. I want to ask you about... I'll just let you draft first, honestly. We don't even need to flip... Well, I don't know. Maybe we should flip a guitar pick just for sanity's sake.
Because I'm looking on the floor for a penny and I just see crumbs.
All right. Well... So we don't have to flip a crumb. We're not that much of a poverty podcast around here. We're going to flip a guitar pick, which is the next step above that. Plenty of crumbs in here too. All right. Marked side or unmarked side?
Mark.
I'll see if I can flip this in front of the camera for you. It is marked.
Yeah. Mark's never let you down. Mark's Pizzeria.
All right. You go first. Top favorite game on the schedule this year?
Ravens. Home opener.
Yeah. I mean, that tracks.
Yeah, it probably would have been whoever got put in that slot would have been probably my pick outside of a Thanksgiving Day game or an international game. I wanted that Madrid game. I wanted the Ireland game. Give me one of those two. Maybe next year. We'll get there next year. Maybe we'll be more financially available to go to one of those games.
That's true. That would have been tough this year anyway. That'll help. Also interesting. Do you remember on last week's episode where we were trying to guess the opponent for the Steelers in Ireland because that was the only part that was confirmed? Google's AI told me that it was going to be the Vikings on September 28th. And we're like, that can't be right. I don't see that anywhere. I'm not even seeing rumors about that at that point, because that was a full week ago. Obviously, rumors came out after that. But then that's the game.
That's what happened.
I don't know. Yeah, does Google's AI have a little bit of Gmail access going on? We don't know, but I don't know. Obviously, that information was available somewhere, or at least someone was speculating at that point. So anyway, interesting, but funny enough,
speculation turns into fact. The whole world's head spin.
That sounds like it's from something, but
no, it's from my brain.
Yes,
I made that one up. Yeah.
Well, yeah. There we go. All right, that was the number one on my list too. Versus the Ravens, week 1. I feel like if you're that's really starting out with a bang. I mean, you could have had these teams play in week 4, and it would have been like we're talking about it in the weeks leading up to it. Yeah. Like, hey, look ahead on the schedule to this thing that's coming. But yeah, so I don't know. It's in Buffalo too. Home opener, Sunday Night Football. Yeah. This Bills team has as much hype around it as it ever has because, season ended the same damn way as it has for the past, 3 out of 5 years or whatever it is now.
It's just that September 8th is the first Monday of school. So it's always tough.
Love that. Right. All right. I'm going to go with a little bit of wild card for my number 2 pick here overall. I'm going to go Sunday Night Football versus New England on October 5th as my second most looking forward to matchup. This is Sunday Night Football. This is Diggs. This is Mac Hollins.
You think Diggs will be back by then?
Hopefully. Yeah. I mean, it's week 5, I think. Yeah.
When did he tear his ACL? Pretty like weeks.
Midway.
He played the Bills.
Week 8.
Week 10. Yeah. 8, 9, 10.
8, something like that.
He should be okay.
I hope so. Because there's just too many good narratives there. Also, it's Mike Vrabel. It's the Stanley Steamer.
Yep.
Coming to town. So
I expect it to be a good game. I don't think we're gonna run him out of the building. But did you see Diggs was at the Knicks game the other night? Celebrity robe
with who was it? Who was he with?
A female.
Cardi B. I think he was with.
That was the hot topic a few months ago. But yeah, I always have a spot for him. I hope we crush him though. Put Christian Benford on him and lock him up. So.
Yeah, it's funny how these characters turn to villains and then back to heroes, right? Like that didn't happen with Trey White, but now there's rumblings of Jordan Poyer retiring a bill.
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's hard to swing back around because it's like it's nuanced, right? And this is a whole conversation that I don't want to get into because we can talk about the good things about Jordan Poyer and the not so good things and how it ended, but also the good times and everything that he did and how he drove to a game with a collapsed lung, all that stuff. It's such a nuanced conversation. So that's another off-season conversation
he wants to be
for another
here,
day. But
give him the Micah Hyde from last year.
Yeah. That'd be fine with me. But anyway, you're
all
up.
Right, I'm up.
3 overall.
Taking the Bengals game, 4:25 p.m. December 7th. I am taking this because this is going to be a crucial part of the schedule. You go Chiefs, Dolphins, Bucks, Texans, Steelers, Bengals. That looks like the hardest section here. Then you got the Patriots again, Browns and Eagles. And at the end of the season they're going to be vying for the 1 seed. Hopefully, when you look at this list of opponents, I mean, I thought it was going to be really hard, but when you really break it down, they probably have 5 or 6 really, really hard games. And the rest of them, you get 2 against the Jets, you get 2 against the Dolphins, you got the Falcons. But I think this Bengals game, a month before the playoffs is going to be a great measuring stick type of game, and Josh Allen needs to get one against Joe Burrow, I think, going into the playoffs to feel better about our chances against a potential matchup in the playoffs.
That's true.
Last year we were all nervous if the Bengals are going to sneak in here. I don't want to play them. I don't want, but give me that experience of taking Joe Burrow down in Buffalo. Give us the home field edge in the standings and make us all feel better by winning that game.
Interesting. It seems like all the tough games are in our building this year.
They are. Home schedule. Yeah.
Baltimore home.
Yep.
New England. I mean, I'm sorry. I can skip over them. Kansas City home. You got me thinking about New England, and I don't think they're going to be as good as you think. But
I would love to be wrong.
You got me thinking about it.
Love to be wrong.
Cincinnati and Philadelphia, your 4 hardest games all at home. So I like the way that sets up. Obviously, we knew those opponents were coming here before this schedule was released, but the way that they're spaced out throughout the schedule is pretty good too. You're not really running too big of a gauntlet here. But anyway, so yeah, you took the Bengals above the Kansas City game, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, it means nothing to me anymore, man. I don't care. I don't care at all. I picked... Well, we also said this. Sorry, I got like 7 thoughts that just came into my head at one time. Good season for season tickets if you have them.
Very good. Last season in the stadium, awesome schedule of opponents.
I could care less about the Chiefs being on there. Give them to me January 10th, January 17th. January 25th, any of those times I'll be locked in. It'll be good for the NFL, but at this point it's just what's something fluffer. It's like it's like the MLB regular season, 162 games. Give me playoff baseball. It's just so much better. I mean, I don't know. These two guys are good. Don't get hurt. Don't show them anything, man. Like the Chiefs have got you around their little fingers with these game plans that they give you in the regular season, and then they just unload in the playoffs. And I want to be the one unloading this time. All right. I don't care if we lose. Put somebody else in it. Put everybody on the bench. Put all the backups in. Treat it like a preseason game. Let Joe Brady be the head coach for the week. You know, you've seen that from time to time. Whatever you need to do to make it so you beat them. I don't care. Make it happen. But that game means nothing to me. I don't care.
I love that. That's going to be a good clip. I'm with you, honestly. Like that game floats further down the list every year for me because it's not about the rematch for losing the year before. Because once you do that 3 or 4 times, the regular season game that you keep winning and the playoff game that you keep losing, like one of those has significance and one of them doesn't. So yes, you're right. Like it's down the totem pole. It's low. I'm going to pick it next because of the value at whatever we're at, 4 overall or 5 overall. I don't remember where we're at, but I'll take it because we can't just totally omit it. But I think you're right. Like those other games probably rank above it. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to playing Cincinnati. I don't think that I'll be excited about that game because like the feel of those games always feels like you can't stop their offense for whatever reason. Like you just feel like you can't buy a stop against them. So I don't like the feel of those games. But yeah, I'm with you on that one.
And I think last year was such a good game in the regular season. We get that all-time run from Allen. Yeah. Scoring the end zone, scoring into the time. Jesus. Sorry.
I'll leave all that in.
That was my ginger ale. I just had a ginger. I wasn't expecting that. I was like, I felt something in my throat. Josh Allen scoring an all-time touchdown run to put the game on ice. It didn't get better than that. And from that moment on, the hurt that I still feel from the playoffs last year after being so high after that game, it's just, I say I never forget it until we were talking after November 4th about that game.
Right.
Just amped up about it, but all right.
So I just took Kansas City, so I think you're up.
All right, I'm taking the Dolphins. September 18th, first one of the year at home, Thursday night football again. Oh my God, it's 2 out of 3 to start the school year. 8:15 start, but I will squish the fish at any time. It's always fun. Big time rivalry. Let's keep owning them. Just do it. I want to see this dominance continue no matter what. They're kind of, Jalen Ramsey's not expected to be there anymore. I just would like to see Tua healthy and to see how this defense gets after Tua Tagovailoa. Joey Bosa, man, go get your guy.
Yeah. Yeah. That one was next on my list too. Week 3, Thursday night football, you get a nice little short week in there where you don't have to wait too long between weeks 2 and 3. I love, we were talking about the fact that it's so much better to have the Miami game late and the Buffalo game earlier in the series for people who want to travel for the game. So you're not getting a snow globe for Miami, and then you're not getting the heat wave for the Bills where they all get heat stroke 3 weeks into the season and take a few weeks to recover. So that's always good. I like that. And for the people traveling. So yeah, that one was next up for me too. But after that, I guess I only have one more listed on my kind of power rankings here because everything else has been taken. But I guess I'll take Philadelphia next.
Yeah, it's a good pick.
The only drawback to this game is it's week 17 out of 18. Yeah. Second to last week. It's a 4:25 on Fox. We did correctly predict that the Chiefs game, the Bengals game, and the Eagles game would all be 4:25 games and not primetime games because those big ones, they draw that 420, like Fox and CBS are like, we're not giving up those games to, NBC, who only shows one game a week. But the downside is that is week 17, and it's very possible that the Bills could have wrapped up the division by December 14th at the New England Patriots. They could have done it then. And if not then, maybe at Cleveland the next week. So there's a possibility, there's always surprises every year. I'm not trying to just assume that the Patriots and the Dolphins are just going to be crap. And, who knows? Maybe the Jets win 3-4 games. We don't know. We can be optimists around here. But So stuff might be wrapped up, but that game could be really interesting if the Bills are chasing that 1 seed.
Yeah.
So I feel like the Chiefs have to regress from where they were last year.
I think so. And I think
they were not
division,
as good as their record.
Division should be tough also. I mean, the Chargers are going to push them a little bit, I think, this year.
Maybe.
But I just, that game scares me. The Eagles are so physical. I don't want to see an injury. Again, if it's wrapped up, let's just take the division title and
rest for 2 weeks.
Sail it in. Yeah.
Mail it in. Yeah.
What did I say? Sail it in?
You sail it in. Yeah.
Sail
Capacho it in. There you go. That's the Buffalo mail it in. I love it. I'm not trying to say anything about
no,
sales.
That's funny.
But anyway, you want to draft one more round here?
I'll take one more, and I'm going to take the Houston game. Oh, God, never mind. It's away. Shoot. I was going to say,
it's a prime time. Yeah. It's an Amazon Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, it's so annoying, though, because, I turned 30 on the 22nd of November. I was hoping to get one on the 23rd. So I think the 22nd is a Saturday, 23rd is a Sunday. It would have been fun to have a little birthday bash, get out there to the stadium. Okay, I'm going to take that back then. I'm going to take... No, I'll take Houston. No, we shouldn't have lost to them last year. I'm sorry. The more I think about it, CJ Stroud, Diggs isn't there, Nico Collins. I would like to see the Bills win this game. They need some redemption from that blub of a game that they had last year. Josh Allen's worst career passing game ever. So let's get some redemptions.
I like it. I really don't know what I'm going to take next because there's really a fall off and everything else is
Big
just kind of on a plateau here. I mean, you take Monday Night Football versus the Falcons.
Nah.
If they beat them down, it could be a fun game to watch.
There's one more on here I think is worth being picked.
All right. Is it a repeat?
No.
It's not a divisional matchup?
Nope.
And you're not talking at Cleveland Browns like we might get a look at Shadir Sanders late in the season if they're bad enough to start whoever?
Nope.
No? All right. Pittsburgh?
Nope.
All right. Do you just Tampa Bay?
Tampa was this. Okay, I guess there's two. Tampa was the second one that I had on there. I like when we play Tampa. We play them pretty good. My dad lives in Tampa now, so I guess I have a little affiliation with them. I have a hat, a Tampa Bay Bucks hat. It's not anything serious. They're an NFC team. My NFC team's Alliance, obviously. Come on, but the Bucks they play each other. We play them good when we play them. It's always a good game. I guess maybe we don't play them good. Maybe they play us good, and it's always a good game. And I've had good memories of playing the Bucks, but we've come out on top. So I think that would be a good game. Baker versus Josh is always must watch. But do you want to know the other one?
What's the other one?
Panthers game, Charlotte. It's going to be Buffalo takeover.
That could be good.
Everybody is going to be at that game is going to be a Bills fan.
Well, I'm really excited for the Carolina Panthers to be able to sell some tickets, at least for one game this year.
It'll be cool. Sorry,
not trying to slam the
You're
Panthers
right, though. But as an observer, to see the crowd be so loud when Bryce Young's trying to get the snap off, it's going to be cool.
That's true. Maybe not for Bryce Young. But I feel bad. I feel bad for a fan base that, goes through it with, their ownership is really not headed in the right direction, like with the team, and their front office doesn't seem aligned, and they're probably in a bad spot. But yeah, I can see how you would pick that as a nice game coming off the bye.
Yeah,
nice and fresh, kind of a warm up for the Kansas City game the next week. Crazier things have happened. We know how the season went 2 years ago, where they ended up, having to win 6 straight to win the division at the end there. So, and suffered some crazy losses along the way. So I don't want to write off any of these, but
the Panthers finished hot last year. Bryce Young flashed finally, and they added some talent around him. It'll be interesting to see what he does.
Yeah. Can only go up from there, you would think.
Yep.
So, but sweet. All right. Well, that's going to be our draft for today. Nice quick episode for you guys. I feel like that's these 20-minuters, 30-minuters are good for the off season because we know you got other stuff to listen to, and you might already be listening to us on 1.7.
You probably turned it off after the burp, but John, I have one more question for you, real quick.
Sure.
You got to pick 3 guys to win PGA Championship. Who you got?
All right, not counting Scotty, I'm assuming.
Whoever you got to pick 3. Pick 3.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna. Scotty's an easy pick. Like he's always going to be in it on Sunday, but I don't like picking Scotty, so I'm going to go Rory, number 1, easy. Number 2, Bryson. I think the long hitters are going to have a good way around. And I've been kind of riding with Oberg lately as my third.
Yeah, that's going to be my exact 3 too.
I don't know. Maybe Morikawa might be kind of different one, but I can't pick Morikawa for anything because he hasn't really closed anything out in the last 10 years. Yeah. So,
any love for Jordan Spieth making the Grand Slam here?
No.
All right. I hope he has a really good Thursday.
I've never been a Justin Thomas or Jordan Spieth fan. Like I kind of rope them in together because they're buddies and stuff like that.
They kind of look alike.
They're like two sides of the same coin. They seem to get hot at similar times also. Yeah. But no, I didn't start watching golf until after their peak. Okay. If that makes sense.
Their peak happened like a year into their career.
Right. Yeah. So
I would like to see Spieth do it. I think it would be cool, but I want to see him do really good on Thursday. Like give me a Justin Rose first round from the Masters for Spieth. Just I'm going to be there on Friday watching. I would like to see the story kind of evolve around him, whether he can handle the pressure or not, which he has shown both sides of that in his career. But I think you're exactly right. The long hitters are going to do great here. I am a little nervous for both of them because did you see the pictures of the rough?
Yeah, well,
it's like 6 inches deep.
They do this every year. Like at the U.S. Open, I'm seeing content all about how deep the rough is. It's like, you're right. Yeah, but they can still hit it out of there.
It's crazy.
So
I can't hit it out of there.
I can't either, but I'm not playing the PGA Championship. So thank God for everyone there. But cool. All right, we'll see. But sweet. All right, you guys know where to find us on all platforms at Not Buff Podcast. Shoot us a message, shoot us an email, do any of that stuff. Yell at us, whatever that, heckle us.
Call us losers.
That's what I was trying to think of. But we appreciate you all for listening. It's always so fun to talk Bills with you guys all off season. And we'll keep doing it here. So we'll be back next week. And as always, go Bills.
Go Bills.